right, so we are here to do the Lion's Gate, and I'm really excited to do the Lion's Gate. I've actually been looking forward to this reading. This pick a card is what it's going to be. So I'm going to do a general message, and I'm going to then do 3 individual messages. So thank you for being here, everyone. Those of you watching on the replay and those of you here live. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I am Melissa L. Watkins, evidential medium and master instructor with Integrated Energy Therapy. And I'm very excited to do this because when I was creating the thumbnail for this reading that will be on the YouTube video, the question that ended up on that thumbnail was, what are you willing to fight for? So I was really interested to do this reading to kind of see what spirit was going to bring through for us. So thank you, Lori. I truly appreciate the help. So the Lionsgate portal is a portal that we have every year. It happens on August 8th. And because we're in an 8 year, it's also amplified. So we've got some really wonderful, beautiful energy about abundance being amplified. So the Lionsgate portal, a little bit about it. It marks a time of consciously observing the amplified cosmic energy flowing between the physical and the spiritual realms. The spiritual gateway has roots that go back to the ancient Egyptians, and for thousands of years has been observed and honored as a sacred time of activating energy and good vibes. So the 8-8 Lionsgate portal is marked by the powerhouse number 8-8. And again, in this year, it's also amplified by the 8 year that we're in. So this is an 8-8-8 year. The sun's presence is in the last astrological sign of Leo, the lion, and the alignment of the star Sirius with our sun. And Sirius is often associated with the expansive qualities of the planet Jupiter and carries an energetic impulse for action and accomplishment, providing an open window for manifestation and consciously co-creating with the natural energy to manifest blessings in your life. So now that we're all together on the same page, what is this energy going to be bringing you, right? So I have the 3 piles kind of started. I was actually called to use the moon's energy is also coming into this reading because I'm actually using the Lunar Tarot by Jane Wallace. I was actually going to use her angel deck, and the Lunar Tarot really was being called. So the moon's energy is definitely going to be in this reading, but we're actually going to start this reading, the general message, with the Ascended, the Divine Master, and the 3 archangels that wanted to come in. So I'm using the Mega Deck by Kyle Gray. So his 2 decks combined is the Mega Deck. So we have the Divine Masters, and then we have the 22 archangels. So we got 3 archangels that came through, and the Horus manifestation vortex. Yeah, that's what we're in. Look at that. Belief makes manifest, thoughts attract and create. Whew, look at that. And it's also got a powerful eagle up there. So yeah, Horus is coming in to help us with our manifestation, kind of validating that we're in this manifestation vortex. So really thinking positively, really staying in high vibration, gratitude, love, joy, peace, harmony. This is going to be a really good time. And did want to say that this portal goes from July 26th, so it's already opened, and it will be opened until August 12th. So it's a pretty good chunk of time. So for those of you who are feeling unbalanced or overwhelmed or tired, or you're feeling ascension symptoms, just know that this is all normal. But yes, we are in a manifestation vortex. Look at that. So belief makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. Yeah, so this is going to be a really good time for some really good meditations, but also using that gratitude journal to really manifest what it is you do want. And, the thing you have to bring to the table, guys, is belief. Belief that your angels are with you. Believe that everything is going to work out for your highest and greatest good. And, as things come in, sometimes for those of us that really struggle with the any unworthiness, we can block our blessings with unbelief or disbelief, right? So this is going to be a really important time in the next couple of weeks to lean into what is coming to you, what is opening up for you. And we have Archangel Metatron coming in, heaven to earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. So know that whatever is coming in is supporting your mission, is supporting your purpose, is supporting your growth, your evolution, that the shifts and changes that you are going through, call on Archangel Metatron to help you understand them. Call on Archangel Metatron to maybe help you discern what the best choice is for you. We always have free will choice, right? So, good morning, Danielle. Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Lori. Good morning, everyone watching on the replay, or good afternoon or good evening. But call on Archangel Metatron, because Archangel Metatron is really at this time helping all of us here in the physical on planet Earth, Mother Gaia, in our mission to ascend, to be the light worker we came here to be, to help bring the planet raise its vibrational frequency from 3D to 5D. So call on Archangel Metatron when you are needing help with discerning the choice, the decision. Where should I go? What should I do? Should it be this person? Should it be that situation, right? And yes, Joe File, trust the unfolding. There is no wrong path, only choices that take you closer to or further from love. So call on Archangel Joe File to help you when you're trying to make a decision. And really, it's all about what decision brings you closer to love and what decision takes you further away from it. And that love for self, it's not about romantic love. It's not about loving anyone else. This is really trust the unfolding of your self-love, of really going within and loving yourself enough to make the decision that feels right for you. And for many people who are kind of stuck in that people pleasing or afraid to upset others, right? It can be really hard to make a decision that's really based on what you want, when maybe that's not what you're able to do most of the time. Good morning, Jennifer. So this is going to be important for you to call in your archangels as you're being kind of brought these new situations that feel expansive. They feel big. They feel transformative. They're really taking you out of your comfort zone. And charity, pillar of service. Serve with a gracious heart and know God is serving you. You know, we're all here in some way to be of service. And I feel like charity is kind of coming in to remind us that if you're really unhappy with your life, or you're really feeling broken, you're feeling in despair, you're not sure how you're going to get yourself out of a situation, be of service. Be of service. And be of service doesn't mean give money. Be of service means be kind, be helpful, be compassionate, right? Because if you're being those things to other people, you're going to start receiving those things. And if you're not feeling good about your situation, or you're not in a good situation that to feel good about, like being that kindness, being that compassion for others, I mean, that's going to reverberate back to you. You're going to end up being able to step into that energy that's going to then help you to raise your own situation. Dig yourself out of whatever the despair is. Move yourself out of whatever darkness, pain, desperate situation you're in. Call on charity to help you. But through kindness and compassion for others, you can move your own situation hugely, hugely. Okay, so we have the three archangels, and we've got Horus. So Horus, so we're in a manifestation vortex right now, and you can call on Metatron, Jophiel, and Charity. to help you in this time of expansion. I keep getting the word expansion. You can say transformation, you can say next step, but it feels like this energy is very going to be very expansive. Let's see if I can set these up. Oh, we're losing Metatron. Sorry, Metatron. There we go. There we go. I like that. They actually worked really well there. So they will be there for a while. We're going to leave them there through this portal. All right. So let's see generally what some other messages are before we get into the pick a card. This is the Star Codes Astro Oracle by Heather Roan Robbins. I keep saying expansion, right? You all heard me, right? Sagittarius, expand. Yeah, that's what this 888 portal is going to bring us, expansion. It's time to expand. Wow. Oh, sorry, guys. A little overwhelmed by that synchronicity. Wow. Yeah. So this is going to be energy that you're taking off in. Sagittarius, fiery energy, things taking off. You're going to be expanded. You're going to be asked to be bigger, play bigger, play in bigger arenas, be seen more, be out there more, be recognized more. Like that's the expansion I'm feeling here. Like there's no more. There's no more playing small. There's no more standing in the shadows. There's no more standing in the background. And Gemini is coming out with cross-pollinate. Yeah, it's time to share your gifts. It's time to share your talents. It's time to share who you are, your kindness, your mercy, your love, your compassion, your talents, your gifts. It's just time. It's time for you to fully embody and embrace your gifts, your talents, your kindness, your compassion, your essence, and share it. That's how things take off. That's why you're not going to be able to be standing in the background anymore. There's no more wallflowers. This energy is really bringing you the opportunities and the resources and everything you need to expand. So, you might get that call out of the blue that says, we want you to be on this podcast, or we'd really like you to lead this event, or, something where you're really being called to stand in your power. And for some of you, it might be one of the first times that you're really going to do this. And I love that we have the 3 and the 9. Those are master numbers. This is master energy. This is you mastering your gifts, your talents, your practices, your being the master of whatever it is you're doing. Being, giving. Yeah. It's about your vision. It's about you stepping into your vision. It's not about you supporting anyone else. It's not about you being in a supportive role. This is about you really saying, this is what I see, or this is what I want, or this is what I need. This is how I see this happening for me. So this is the road I'm going to take. You may not understand it. You may not get it, but this is the road I'm being called to take. It's your vision. You're taking off because of your essence. The essence of your being and your soul, your kindness, your compassion, your joy, your talents, your gifts. What are you willing to fight for? Are you really ready to fight for your vision, Whatever that vision is. Starting something, creating something, building something. But that's what you're being led to. That's what you're being called to. So ground down. Ground into Mother Gaia. Ask Mother Gaia for her assistance in energy and love, especially if you're really struggling with something like imposter syndrome. Like, who am I to lead this group? Who am I to teach this lesson? Who am I to create this business or this podcast or this YouTube channel or this book or this painting or this whatever you're being called to create, called to do, called what the next step is for you to take. Because again, this 888 portal is going to push you in a positive way out of your comfort zone and into whatever the vision is. And if you're like, I don't know what my vision is, nurture yourself. That vision is in there. Make sure you take the time to nurture yourself, to love yourself, because that's where all of this is coming out of. This is coming out of your self-love. This is coming out of your higher heart. I get asked so many times, what is my purpose? Everybody wants to know what their purpose is. You know what your purpose is. It's right there inside of your heart. It's right there inside of you. Everybody embodies their purpose. And it will break free. It will come out. But you've got to nurture yourself. You've got to nurture yourself. You've got to love yourself. That's where the vision is going to come from. Taking the time to care for yourself like you care for others. You care for others all the time. You give to others all the time, but do you give to yourself? Do you allow yourself the space and the grace to have a breakdown? Do you allow yourself the space and the grace to take an afternoon to yourself? Somebody on Facebook, I think it was this morning or yesterday, they're going through grief and they apologized to everybody for not doing all the things they meant to do that day. It's okay. Give yourself the grace. No apologies. No apologies for not showing up at that lunch, or no apologies for not answering all the messages in the instant you receive them. Allow yourself time to play, to doodle, to do the things that bring you joy. Whatever it is. Sitting on the couch and crocheting for 4 hours. Being in the kitchen and baking for 4 hours. Laying on the couch and watching Netflix for 4 hours. Laying in bed and listening to YouTube for 4 hours. Whatever you need. Going on a hike for 4 hours. Sitting by the lake or walking by water for 4 hours, like whatever you need. Like, this is what's going to bring you the ability to root. This is going to bring you the ability to cross-pollinate. This is going to bring you the energy you need for the expansion. But if you're not taking the time to honor what it is that's going on within you, nobody's going to take the time to honor what's going on within you. We have 2 11s, we have an 8, and we have a 9 and a 3. The numerology is showing up, guys. All master numbers, except for 8, which is our portal. Spirit is with you, walking with you each and every day. You're never alone. And they're going to help you with each one of these. They're going to help you with all of the energy that's coming through and what you're being asked to do. Stepping into your power, being seen, sharing your gifts and talents, however that looks. Because it's time. You are ready. All right. Hi, Jacqueline. All right, let's see what else. All right. So this is still the general message, and then we'll be getting to the pick a card after these messages. So let's see what else Spirit wants to bring through for all of us before we get to the individual messages. Yeah, the stellar gateway activation, infinite potential, manifestation vortex. Oh my gosh. Manifestation vortex and manifestation vortex. That's what this 888 portal is, manifestation portal vortex. So yeah, stepping into your vision, your purpose, expanding beyond the realms of what you think you can do or be. Like, this is the time to be very intentional with your energy. This is the time to be very specific about what it is you want to manifest. I was actually writing in my gratitude journal last night, and I was doing the gratitude affirmations of what I want, right? So I was being very specific because I caught myself being too general, and I'm like, well, they can't bring you that because it's not specific enough. So be specific with your manifestations. You know, I want to live, or I'm grateful for living financially free now, right? Be specific. I'm grateful for my most compatible soulmate now. Like, bring it in now. Bring it into the present moment. So whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest in this portal, it will be given, but you want to be really clear and really intentional about what you're manifesting, because that's what this portal is all about. It's time. Things are going to start taking off in the next couple of weeks. Things are going to start showing up. But is it going to be the things that you want? Or is it going to be the things that you've been inadvertently manifesting because you weren't specific enough? All right. So that's validation that this is definitely a manifestation portal, that manifesting what's going to show up for you is what's matches to you, where you are vibrationally, where you are emotionally. So be very intentional with your peace, with your harmony, with your love for self and others. Really work towards letting go of distraction. And when things show up, I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when. When things show up in the next few weeks, are you ready? Are you ready to fight for it? Just because you're given something, guys, doesn't mean that it's going to be smooth sailing. It doesn't mean it's going to be clear waters. There's still going to be obstacles and challenges, and some of it is going to be your own fear around it. And some of it is going to be the obstacles and challenges that were in that situation before. But you're given the opportunity, and you've got to be ready to take it. All right. Card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. One, 2, 3. Please drop your number in the comment. And those of you watching on the replay, please also drop your number in the comment. 1, 2, and 3. All right, guys. I know we're half an hour in, but thank you for staying with me. For those of you watching on the replay, there will be time stamps for the individual cards. Welcome. Welcome, my new subscribers. Thank you for all the hearts, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. I truly appreciate all the support. All right, here we go. Pile number 1. Health and healing. Tune into your divine blueprint. So in this 888 portal, pile or card number 1, health and healing are going to be the forefront of your manifestation. So it is really important to know that what you're experiencing physically, emotionally, mentally, energetically is all helping you to be brought into balance. So I feel like you may experience more ascension symptoms. You may experience, I'm not a medical provider. I'm not giving medical advice, and I'm not, but I'm bringing you what Spirit's bringing you. Some of you might experience like earaches, colds, sore throats. I'm feeling like upper respiratory because it's a clearing out. It's a clearing out. So you're, this is all to do with your throat chakra. And we hold shame in our throat chakra. So for card number 1, I feel like a lot of you are going to be releasing some imprint that was holding you back in regards to shame. So I feel like this healing may feel overwhelming, but it's going to be so beneficial because it's going to allow you to step up more authentically into your power, where you're being called to step into your vision, to really tune into your divine blueprint, the soul essence of you really coming into physical reality. So where you have held on to that, whatever the effect is that shame has given you, whether it's made you feel inferior, play small, stay in the background, not be noticed, the unworthiness, the powerlessness, I feel like you will be being given the codes to unlock those abilities to really step into your own in this 888 portal. So you are being asked when the storm spirits play. So, oh my gosh, this is number 1, another master number. So, card number 1, understanding how to navigate divine chaos, clear the air, stir the pot, scatter seeds, bring new possibilities. You're being asked to surrender your need. Sorry, guys, I almost dropped the book. To control. You are being asked to surrender your need to control outer circumstances, which is based on a desire to feel more certain, avoid confrontation, or resist change. You're not going to be able to in this portal. This card signifies a time to trust that this chaos, this disorder, this turbulence that has shown up in your life is temporary but important. You're now able to let go of what is unnecessary or that which you've resisted releasing. Consider how clear the air is after a storm, how dead branches are pruned from trees, and how potent seeds are scattered so new life can sprout in new soil. Even if you find yourself in conflict now, there is a gift in this. It invites you to see things from alternative perspectives and provides you with a lot of valuable information. New important possibilities arise from the chaos at hand. For now, the highest good for you is to remain in the center of the storm. Mediate and be mindful of your reactions, as you don't yet have all the information needed to make an authentic choice. Watch and wait. There is a divine reordering at the root of this chaos. Listen deeply for the epiphany rising to greet you, and you will know the gifts this experience holds for you. When the storm spirits play, amazing things are stirred up through this divine change for the highest good of all. Remember, you are a weaver of dreams too, even if you must pivot. Even if the threads of your destiny get frayed, the pattern you set will be breathtaking. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to pivot. Sometimes the pivot makes all the difference. And we as humans can get so locked into something has to be a certain way, or we have to do it in a certain timeline, or there's just this specificity about it. And sometimes it's the being open to all the realms of possibility, and going in the direction that you're being called to go in or feels better than what you thought, right? Because spirit always brings us what we need, not what we want. Very, very few times do the two match up, right? All right. So we're just going to dig into this a little deeper. Yeah, contemplation. 4 of cups, 3 of wands, voyage, and the 3 of swords, grief. Yeah. Big change here. Big change. So you are definitely coming out of this like lack energy, grieving what no longer serves you. But I really feel like it's time for the voyage. It's time for the new friends. It's time for the new community. It's time for the new adventure, right? So not letting the past hold you back, not holding on to the old story. That I really feel like this is time for you to go forward on a new step, on a new plane of existence, in a new realm of happiness. Like this is really bringing you into your divine blueprint, your purpose. So this 888 portal is really shifting you out of anything that really was in your way. People who were taking advantage of you, situations that were not in balance. You were doing all the work and somebody else was getting all the credit is what this feels like. Like there was just a lot of imbalance. There was a lot of being taken advantage of. Yeah, there's something here, pile number 1, where you've been taken advantage of, and now it's time for you to move on. Take the voyage into the new. Really allow yourself to heal out of whatever the old story is, that it's time to go in the new. So it's about stepping into your power. You're being relieved of some of the negative energy that you've been holding on to, the shame, blame, just throat chakra, not being able to speak your truth, not being able to say what you need. Like I really feel like that's really being shifted for you in this portal so that you can move on. You can move on and you can start to thrive. Yes, will there be some grief? Absolutely. But I feel like this 3-3 is coming through to say, look, you're divinely guided. You're protected. It's okay to go in the new direction. You're being called to go in the new direction. You're being given the tools to go in the new direction. Spiritual tools, energetic tools. Call on the angels to help you. Charity, Metatron, Jophiel, right? I feel like I got to end this. I can't just leave it there. All right. So we're going to get some advice. Pile number 1. We're going to get some advice to help you. Because I know this is big stuff. When you're coming into your blueprint, when you're really stepping into your authenticity, your power, like that's a place you've never been before. And that can feel really daunting and really scary and really hard, but it's worth it. Because when you step into your power and your authenticity, you're living your life in a way that you've never lived it before, but it feels authentic. It feels happy. It feels light. It feels vibrant. It feels energetic. Like you're energized because you're passionate. And it's time. It's time for you to have those things. Awesome. Awesome, Lori. Awesome. All right. Your advice is, my dear, all of you who chose pile number 1, yeah, there it is. You're going to need courage and bravery, but you got this. Call on Joan of Arc. Call on Joan of Arc, the patron saint of courage and bravery. You got this. Yes, you're being called to make a big step. Yes, you're called to step into your power in a way that you never have before, but you're not alone. You're not alone. You have the courage and the bravery. You're being given the courage and the bravery. Remember, courage is not going despite fear. We're never going to be despite fear. Fear is always going to be there, but courage is going despite it. Courage is going anyway. Courage is saying, okay, fear, I see you, but I am walking over you. I'm taking that step right over you. You can keep my stomach twisted in a knot. You can keep my hands shaking. You can make the sweat break out, but I'm still going to do it. I'm still going forward because I know on the other side is my reward, my happiness, my passion, my purpose, my love, my money. Yes, I think the answer is yes, it is worth fighting for. Thank you. Pile number 1, thank you. Good morning, Victoria Rose. All right, pile number 2. Pile number 2 comes from the dragons. Water dragon helps you float easily around obstacles. Christ, light, and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities. Go with the flow. So, pile number 2, this 888 portal. The abundance that you're coming into is your spiritual gifts. So, those of you who don't feel like you are psychic, you are. We all are. But you're going to start feeling it. You're going to start knowing it. You're going to start hearing it. You're going to start seeing it on that psychic level, on the other level. So the Christ light and love are flowing. It's through those higher frequencies, raising your vibrational frequency, that you get into your psychic abilities. It's also the activation in your cells and your DNA, your spiritual DNA coming online. So this 888 portal is going to be either bringing you into psychic development or take you to the next level. So for some of you who maybe are already clairsentient, you're already empaths, right? You're going to start being claircognizant. You're going to know that you know, but you don't know how you know, right? For some of you, you're going to get the clairvoyance. You're going to start seeing things in your mind's eye. For some of you, you're going to become clairaudient. You're going to start hearing things. At first, it's going to feel like you're hearing things outside of you, and then you're going to start hearing things inside of you. Those conversations you're having that are not with yourself. Those sentences or those phrases that just pop into your head that give you the answer. Go with the flow. Don't try to fight it. Lean into it. Lean into it. Call on the water dragons for help, because they're helping you flow around the obstacles. It's all about getting in the flow state. I call it the secret sauce, right? When you're working with your team of guides, angels, and ascended masters of the light, of the Christed light, which is why Christ light is coming in, right? Because you're going to be in the flow of the Christ light, working with your higher self, getting the intuitive nudges, downloads. And so all of a sudden, the obstacles and the challenges, they're there, but they're not insurmountable. You're not afraid of them because you know you just have to go within to know how to navigate it, around it, through it, over it. So this is a beautiful, beautiful energy that you're coming into in this 888 portal. So your question is, or your Dreamweaver's Oracle by Colette Baron Reed is, all the willows know your name. These cards are so interesting, but the messages are so profound. The essential meaning is, pile number 2, being witnessed and seen by another, being understood, the flexibility of healthy relationships, and interdependence. It is such a beautiful feeling to know that you are truly seen by another or by a whole community. When you are known, accepted, and witnessed by others, you have a wonderful sense of connection and communication. You feel the grounded safety of belonging. These are the kinds of relationships present in your life now, and they provide you with plenty of room to grow. This sense of connection rises from a space of transparency, honesty, trust, and radical self acceptance. You naturally invite others to see you as you see yourself in the fullness of your expression. When you shine, it comes from a true desire to share, and that is compelling and attractive to others who can appreciate you. Know that right now you are seen, witnessed, respected, appreciated, and accepted. You don't have to look for approval, for you already have it. Remember that you shine on behalf of the divine. And isn't it amazing that all the willows know your name? Doesn't that feel good? So, nothing to be afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of. You're protected. So, shining your light, being your authentic self is what you're being called to do. And if this is something you feel like you're doing for the first time, or maybe in a new way, or in a bigger way, or in a more authentic way, just know that you are protected. All right. So pile number 2, let's dig into this. Yes, Stacy. Hello. It's a morning. It's a good morning, but it's a morning. All right. So pile number 2. What is the expanded message? Oh, yeah. You're coming out of restriction. This 888 portal is bringing you out of restriction. So where you've been bound, where you've been hostaged, I don't know where hostage came from, but that's what the word I got. Where you've been held hostage, where you've been bound, where you've been quieted, where you've been kept in the background, where you've been made to play small, whatever it is, you're coming out of that you are now coming into a time of shining. And that's what this 888 portal is doing. It's bringing you into now being part of a group, joining together with like-minded people, maybe even leading the group. But this is about getting out of solitary and getting into community. And you are going to want to be discerning about how that looks, or who you join, or what role you take. Because again, it's about not being told what to do, or put in a box, or made to be what you don't want to be, even in a new setting, right? This is about you making the choices and decisions that are right for you, taking on the role that you feel comfortable with, setting the boundaries with people who are wanting too much, or wanting you to be and do what you don't feel is authentic to you. So this 8-8 portal is really allowing you to come into your own. And you're going to know how to do that, because you're getting these intuitive downloads where spirit is going to be saying, no, don't go that way, even if it's through your gut, right? Even if it's through your solar plexus, where you've got that knot in your stomach and you're like, yeah, that doesn't feel good. So no, I'm not doing that. Right. And you're trusting and acting on that. Or all of a sudden you've got this excitement in there. There's a little bit of fear, but it's more excitement than fear. And that's a yes, right? So pile number 2, I really feel like you're being called to show up for others and to show up for yourself. And honestly, you have to show up for yourself before you can show up for others, right? Really, really important. Really, really important. All right, let's get some advice for pile number 2. Card number 2. Yeah. You have it's going to be amazing manifestation powers for you. I mean, this is the third time I've gotten manifestation in this reading. Be intentional. And if you're like, I've never manifested anything in my life, well, this is the time to start. This is the time, the most best, positive, biggest energy to manifest. So be intentional. Do it in your gratitude journal. Do it in a meditation. Write it down. Very important. Write it down. Pen to paper. Hand to pen. No typing. No phone notes. Write it out with ink, pencil, paper, crayon, whatever. But it's time. It's time to manifest and be very intentional about what you want. Be very specific about what you want. And don't hold back because you feel like it's too big or it's too grand or it's too much or it's nothing's too big for the divine. Nothing's too big for the divine. Strength and guidance, you're being given both. Because you're being asked to really step out of your comfort zone, really step into your power. Overcoming the obstacles and challenges. They're giving you the strength and the guidance. The guidance is coming through your intuition, which is why your psychic ability is going to really feel like it's way more bigger than it's ever been. You're being protected. You're being guided. You're being loved in this 888 portal. Card number 2. Thank you for being here. Whew. All right. Card number 3. Comes from the unicorns. Unicorn portal. Focus your light. Listen for a message. Again, another master number. 3 and 8 is 11. It's a unicorn portal. This portal. Focus your light. Listen for a message. Focus your light. Again, be intentional. Be very specific. Focus your light. If you're trying to do more than one thing, it's not going to work. What is the one thing that is the most important thing right now? Do that. Everything else will come along. And listen for a message. Be quiet. Meditate. Get in nature. Allow yourself to daydream. Allow yourself undistracted time. So important. So important. When Coyote calls your name. Number 3. Number 3, this is a 3 card. So there it is. Master number 3. Divine detours, the value of not letting what you think you want, not getting what you think you want, discovering greater treasure when you are forced to change course. Sometimes you find yourself confused about your direction. You might have been so sure you were meant for this situation, this love, this job, or this thing, yet you're forced to walk away. All the signs had been pointing to potential magic and fulfillment, but somehow things are not turning out the way you expected or wanted. When Coyote calls your name, you're being given a great gift. This apparent loss, detour, or change of course has been set in motion to give you what you truly need. The dream weavers know the truth in your heart. They know the perfect reflections of your greatest dreams are already available and woven into the fabric of your life, just waiting for you to discover them. But they are meant to come in a different form than the one you've become attached to. In this moment, it's important for you to surrender your expectations and trust divine timing and form. When Coyote calls your name, you will know this way was the best way for you after all. Your life is woven true, and the new threads of your experience sparkle. There really is no loss or disappointment at all, only a new meaningful adventure and a beautiful story to tell. So I feel like what Spirit is kind of letting you know here in this 888 portal, what you have to understand is Spirit always brings us what we need, not what we want. And very rarely do the two things coincide. So I feel like you may feel in this portal that you're losing something, but you're not. You're actually gaining something better, which is why it's important for you to focus your light and listen for the message, because Spirit is going to be giving you the messages to take you down the right roads, the right situations, the right relationships, the right people, the right road step for you. And it's not going to look like what you want it to look like, but it will be even better than what you thought. All right. Let's dig into this and see what Spirit wants to add to it. Yeah, because it's a whole new road. It's time to take a leap of faith in this portal, a fresh start. And it's not a leap of faith in that you're leaping into the unknown. It's you're leaping in faith. God, your angels, your ascended masters, your higher self are supporting you, protecting you. But it does feel like you're being brought to a fresh start, something brand new that will bring fulfillment, because it's time. It's time for you to have fulfillment, that you're on a new cycle, a new journey, a new path, a new relationship, a new job, a new goal, and it's going to take off. Something is going to take off for you. You will have the motivation. You will be excited. You'll be passionate. But you have to be open to what it is, how it looks, and how it's going to happen. If you try to dictate any of that, you'll fall on your face. And that's what this card was trying to caution you, to not have a specific expectation or it can only be one way. It can only be one thing. It can only be one person. This is going to be a new road that brings fulfillment, but it's going to take off. So it's almost like you have to get on board pretty quickly. You have to trust and act on what you're being brought pretty quickly. And that can feel disconcerting. That can feel scary, right? But that's where the faith comes in. That's where the faith comes in. So let's get some advice. Let's get some advice for you. Pile number 3. Ooh. Yeah. Because that's what you're being brought. Joy and contentment. Look at that. Ultimately, you are going to be brought joy and contentment. It may feel wobbly getting there. It may feel a little scary. But again, that excitement is going to be there to help you know that and you also got the courage and bravery. Look at that. Yeah. So this 8-8 portal is going to stretch you, but in a good way, because you are ultimately going to get to joy and contentment if you can trust and act on what you're being brought. And that is going to be where you're going to need the courage and the bravery. Card number 3. Listen. Listen for a message. Yeah, listen for a message. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. For those of you here watching live, I appreciate you being here the whole hour. Those of you watching on the replay, thank you so much for being here. And again, if you want to work with me individually, check out the links in the description box. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the thumbs up, the hearts. I truly, truly appreciate it, everyone. Have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, afternoon. Lionsgate Portal. All right, guys. Please drop in the comments what this is bringing you. I would absolutely love to know what was worth fighting for. Thank you so much. Namaste.